Right, hello, and salvete discipuli, and you say salve magistra. Today we're going to be covering in this video specifically our Latin verbs and the tenses. So up to now you've been used to the present tense, the praesens of the Latin verbs that we have learnt, and in this video we're going to look at the continuous past, or the Imperfectum. Don't worry if you're not quite sure what that means yet. It will become more clear during the video. So, discamus et vivamus ad gloriam Dei. Let us learn and let us live to the glory of God. And as Comenius said over 400 years ago, si principium difficile, medium erit facile, finis iocundus. If the beginning is hard, the middle will be easy, and the end pleasant. And you need to hold on to that today, because it might be a little bit hard, but if you keep going, it will become pleasant in the end. So, don't get tense. Let's talk about tenses in English. In English we have broadly past, present, and future tense for our verbs. I've got some sentences at the bottom here that we can see which tense they belong to. So I wonder if you can help me at home. They will be running. Where should that go? That's correct. They were running. If you said past, that would be right. He had run. I was running. Yep, under the past tense. He runs. That will be present. They will run. Future. We are running. Yes, present as well. She ran. Past tense. You will have run. Future. Okay, so in our present tense, just for a bit of a recap, we'll see that the simple present is to express habits and general truths. I'm just going to move myself up a bit there. So, for example, he plays soccer every Tuesday, or he loves soccer. That is the simple present. And the continuous present is to talk about an action that is happening now, such as he is playing soccer, or he is playing soccer and she is watching. Right, so that's the present tense in English. See, they play or plays, depending on if it's one person or many people who are doing it. Love or loves. Okay, that's the present tense form of the verb. And you'll see that there's a different way of stating it in the present continuous. He is playing, she is playing, or they are playing. She or he is loving, or they are loving. Obviously, if it's I that's doing it, it would be I am loving or I am playing. So there you have the simple present and the present continuous. Don't worry too much about that right now. Some of you might already know this, particularly maybe grade 4s, but don't get too worried about that. The wonderful thing about Latin, let me just tell you right now, is that as you learn these things in Latin, in a far kind of clearer and more regular way, it's going to make your knowledge of English grammar so much simpler. So let's talk about past. So past in English, we have the simple past. This is for actions that start and end in the past, such as, for example, he played soccer every Tuesday, or he loved soccer, something that began and ended in the past. Then you get the past continuous, and this is for actions that started in the past and continue into the present. So he was playing soccer, or he was playing soccer and she was watching. So played, there you can see, and you add on the ed, and that turns it into a simple past. Loved, for a past continuous, you would need to add a was or a were, and the ing on the end, was or were playing. When you see a was or a were and the ing on the verb, you'll see that that is a past continuous. So I just wanted to cover that ground in English before we get into our Latin. So tenses in Latin. We have already done the present or the presens in our first conjugation verbs. And what is wonderful is that there's only one present tense in Latin. Okay, there isn't a simple present and a present continuous. There's one present tense in Latin, the presens. And it depends on how you use it in the sentence. Amo can mean I love or I am loving. Amat can mean he loves or he or she is loving. Okay? So, it just depends on the context of the sentence. Paro, I prepare, I am preparing. Spectat, she looks or he is looking. When it comes to the past, you can get the perfectum or the imperfectum. Okay. The simple past, the perfectum, means it is finished or complete or perfect. Example, he played soccer every Tuesday or he loved soccer. You can get the past continuous, the imperfectum, which is unfinished, incomplete, imperfect. For example, he was playing soccer or he was playing soccer and she was watching. So, perfect, the meaning of perfect is complete. Okay? In English, when something is perfect, it doesn't mean it's excellent. It means it is complete. It lacks nothing. And therefore it is excellent. But perfect, in our modern kind of understanding of the word is often, it has changed slightly. We often think, oh, it was a perfect day. In other words, it was excellent. It was wonderful. But perfect really means lacking nothing, being complete. And so you can see something that was completed in the past is called the perfect tense, okay, or it's perfect. And if it was not completed, so it started but it hasn't finished, then it is imperfect. Not as in, oh no, it's a bad or horrible, it's just incomplete. So perfect, complete, imperfect, incomplete. And that's going to be an important concept going forward with English and Latin grammar. So I just wanted to take a bit of time to explain that. So loved, it's completed. There's nothing more to say about that action. He loved soccer. He was playing soccer. Kind of there's something still to come. You kind of get that feeling. He was playing soccer and then something else needs to happen. It's imperfect, it's incomplete. Okay. What we're not, just there, played, simple past, loved, the simple past, it's perfect, and was playing or was loving is continuous past. What we are not going to do right now is look at the perfectum. Perfectum. We are going to spend time this video and for a while still looking at the imperfectum. Okay? We're going to be looking at the imperfectum in Latin, where we talk about was playing or was loving, was preparing, was looking at, all those forms of the verb. So, the imperfectum. Put all the other stuff out of your mind for now. You can go back and look at this video again if there was something you didn't understand. But this is what we're going to be focusing on now. Is the imperfectum, the past continuous. It's incomplete. Okay. So, I was loving, you were loving, he, she, it was loving, we were loving, you all were loving, they were loving. And here we go. You would say that as amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamus, amabatus, amabant. Okay? Say that with me. Amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamus, amabatus, amabant. Okay. What I wanted you to see is that I've highlighted the person endings for you. And there, do we recognize them from our present tense, our presens? We should. S, t, mus, tis, nt. Okay? S, t, mus, tis, nt. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, all, they. Alright. But I'm sure that you've noticed there's an addition in each of those verbs. Okay, ba. That addition of the ba shows the was loving. Okay, that is the little signature addition that lets you know that this is an imperfect. Okay, so let's see how this affects our conjugations. Here I've got ama and klama. I've got our stems, okay, and that stem for the imperfectum, we're going to see what happens now. So ama would have the O there, and I just wanted to show you it's amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatus, amant. What happens next is those shift, and we add a ba, that's for the imperfect. Okay, and this is really just learning that you add ba is for the imperfect, and then you add the person endings again. Okay, and so there we go. If we want to make this I was calling, you were calling, he, she, it was calling, we, you, all, they, ba, and then the person endings. Do you see that? Klamabam, klamabas, klamabat, klamabamus, klamabatus, klamabant. Do you see that? Okay. Let's do that now. Now you would see laborabam is I was laboring or working. You were laboring or working. He, she, it was laboring or working. We all were laboring or working. We were, you all were laboring and working. They were laboring and working. Okay, so can you see there? You've got your stem, and instead of just ending with m, st, mus, tis, nt, as you would with the present, you first add in the ba. So if you had to say the whole ending apart from the stem together, it would be bam, bas, bat, bamus, batus, bant. Okay? And so there is your imperfect. The moment you see that, you know that it is, I seem to have, there we go, showing you there. Let's do it with, so we've got, I'm actually going to go back a little bit, and I'm going to repeat what I did, because I see now that I had that extra slide in there. So, let's do that again. We've got ama, 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 klama, klama, klama. I want you at home to now try and do this with me, okay? So, ama, ba, okay, amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamus, amabatus, amabant. Okay, so for klamo, klamas, klama, klamamus, klamatus, klamant, you would add klama, bam, klamabas, klamabat, klamabamus, klamabatus, klamabant. Okay, there we go. Labora bam, labora bas, labora bat, labora bamus, labora batus, labora bant. It's very interesting when we drill these, just to remember the forms. So let's do it together. Let's do I was loving, I was shouting, and I was working. Let's conjugate these together. Okay, in the past, in the imperfect tense. So amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamus, amabatus, amabant. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Klamabam, klamabas, klamabat, klamabamus, klamabatus, klamabant. But you can only get it right by practicing it. Laborabam, laborabas, laborabat, laborabamus, laborabatus, laborabant. And just try saying that now. It's like amo, amas, amat, but now you need to add the, so now it's for the imperfect, the imperfectum. So, let's see. We've got our praesens and our imperfectum. Amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamus, amabatus, amabant. I know that I'm repeating this, but it's just so that you can keep getting it. There's the stem, there's time indicator indicates the time. And then here is our person ending who's doing it. And the same for laboro, laboras, laborat, laboramus, laboratus, laborant, laborabam, laborabas, laborabat, laborabamus, laborabatus, laborabant. Okay. So that's a well done if you've managed to stay with me up to now. Okay, so I've just put these up together so that you can see what you've learned so far and the new form that you have learned. And I just need to say that I only drill 1 or 2 different words in the first conjugation. That is because this is the wonder of Latin, is that it is such a regular language that all of the verbs in the first conjugation will conjugate in exactly the same way. So if you have learnt amo, amas, amat, amamus, amatus, amant, and amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamus, amabatus, amabant, anytime you get to a first conjugation verb, it is going to conjugate in exactly the same way. It is so regular, there are hardly any exceptions. Isn't that wonderful? So, let's play a little game now to see if you are, if you're able to spot the difference between the praesens and the imperfectum. There's our praesens, our hippo ready to munch away at any verbs in the praesens, any praesens verbs, and then here our shark is ready to eat any verbs in the imperfect form, the imperfectum. So, should we go? Amat, where do you think that would go? Try and guess before I click on it. Well done if you said it was a praesens. Laudabat. Think quickly. It is an imperfectum. The ba gives it away, doesn't it? Spectabatus. Where would that go? Well done. Wokabas. I think you guys are starting to get the hang of it. Laboras. Yes, praesens. There was no but time signature in it. Clamo. Very good. Calcabamus. There you go. I hope you found that stimulating, and if you didn't get them all right, just play it again. Okay. So now let's just practice some simple Latin sentences, just to try and exercise some of the verbs, the new the imperfectum. And the lady femina was loving the daughter, the filiam. And what would we say? Amabat. That's right. So let's see how we go. Was praising. Regina laudabat sarvam. Was calling. Puella vocabat capram. Was preparing. Domina parabat casam. Was looking at. Aquila spectabat columbam. Okay, so amabat, laudabat, vocabat, parabat, spectabat. Bambasbat, vamusbatus bant. Third person. Okay. So, just wanting to congratulate you on hanging in there and saying Valete discipili. Go well.